Hey, how is everybody out here? Welcome to the channel. A special welcome if you are new here. This is the best community on YouTube. By the way, hands down, the community makes this channel awesome. So we do hope that you will subscribe and join the community. Now, we are talking our top 5 fight scenes from Ip Man 1. Just Ip Man 1. So that's what we're going to get into today. And I'm really excited about this because it is one of my favorite martial arts movies ever. Before we get into that, you guys, make sure that you stay to the end of the video. I say don't go anywhere. Stay where you are, because at the end of this video, I do want to share how you can help those of us who are working hard to save the show Into the Badlands. If you love martial arts movies, then you probably know about the show. And if you don't, then wow. Because it is the best show on TV, and a lot of the fans are working to have the show picked up, as AMC is not renewing the show after the season. But we'll get into the details about how you can help do that at the end of this video. So let's get into it. Let's start with number 5, and that is the factory fight scene. So my favorite thing about this scene, honestly, you guys, is the use of Donnie Yen and the long staff. I always love to see weapons execution in a martial arts movie. So when you combine a lot of his free hand, a lot of his Wing Chun with the use of the long staff in this, that's really what I love about this. And I love the fact that he's going up against the Northerner again and the student that turned on him. How are you going to turn on him like that? Number 4, the courtesy fight. So here's the thing you have to remember from this, that everybody in Fushan was trying to establish themselves as a master that was to be respected. Their style of martial arts as one to be respected. And that's how they got students. That's how they made a name for themselves in Fushan. The big deal was being a top-notch martial arts instructor. So this fight is important because he was seen as one of the best instructors. And then he has this fight with this newcomer, Ip Man, behind closed doors, and pretty much gets handled. So that's what I love about this fight. I love the whole setup of this fight, and then to see how easily Donnie Yen handles him, really kind of plays with him, is what makes this fight sequence so awesome. Number 3, Ip Man versus the 10 black belts. I love this scene for the intensity of it, but also for the emotional weight of this scene. You guys remember what happens here. Ip Man has a friend who actually dies in this arena, and folks come in here and they fight for food. So Ip Man sees this and he ends up taking on all 10 black belts. This scene is phenomenally intense and also so fast-paced. But I also like this scene because this is the first time that the general recognizes the fighting potential of Ip Man, and it sets us up for an epic fight later on. Number 2. This scene was so good with Donnie Yen versus the General. Again, from what I've heard, and we've seen this in other martial arts movies as well, that whole idea of platform fighting in public was again a way to establish the superiority of one martial art over another, or the superiority of one fighter over another. And I think that this is something that actually happened in Chinese culture. Again, someone let me know in the comments below if I am wrong about this. But how dynamic was that fight scene? To see again that Japanese karate style going against the Chinese style, the fight choreography so tight, so sharp, so crisp. I loved this fight sequence. Number 1, Ip Man versus the Northerner. So let me tell you that this has one of the best lines probably in a lot of different martial arts movies I've seen. The line where the Northerner comes in and makes fun of Wing Chun in that style and talks about how the Northern style is better. And Ip Man has one of the best lines in a lot of martial arts movies I've seen because it's so true. And he says to the guy, it's not about styles, it's about you. And then he tells him, you'll learn that in a minute. Woo-wee! I was like, that's so true. Now let me tell you guys real quickly why it really chaps my axle when people say that. Because as a martial arts I can't even talk now. As a martial arts practitioner, I got it out. It drives me nuts when people talk about one style being better than the other. Let me tell you something that's true. It's much more about the practitioner than it is the style. That is to say that if you come across somebody that's good at a particular style, and you're not better, you're going to be in trouble. So that line, it's not about styles, it's about you. I love that line. All right, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. So those are my top 5 fight scenes from Ip Man 1. And next week, what we're going to do is we're actually going to rank my top 5 most powerful heroes from the MCU, including Captain Marvel. But we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to give them the power profile that you've seen them have in the movies, but we're actually going to give them the power profile that they have in the comic books and rank them from that profile from most powerful to least powerful. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, Into the Badlands. Guys, if you are a part of the community on this channel, you know we love the show Into the Badlands. It's a martial art drama. It is the best show on TV. I will defend that hands down till I go to the grave. Now, you also probably know that they are no longer carrying on that show. So the fans have really worked to put together an all-out mission to make sure that we can give this show as much press as we can so that another network or streaming platform might pick it up. So I'm going to link a video up right here where you guys can see the 4 different ways you can support that initiative. I'll also put it in the description below. So make sure you check that out because this show is phenomenal. Guys, thank you as always so much. If you are new here, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Consider joining the best community on YouTube. The community is so awesome here, guys. Make sure you like this. Again, make sure you comment. I will see you guys in the comments, and I will also see you on the next video. Peace.